morning, everyone. I'm KOIN 6 Meteorologist Kelley Bayern here, back with another weather update for you in our KOIN NOW digital booth. The weekend, it's coming up here. We're already at Friday. It's great to have this day of the week here right now. We love Fridays, and also thankful for some dry weather heading into today. Now, it was really cold out there this morning. There was some patchy frost out. I was up at 2 o'clock getting ready for work, heading into the station, and I was using my windshield wiper fluid. And I thought that stuff was like an antifreeze, but as soon as I used it, it froze up on my window or my window shield, and I had to get back outside and scrape a lot of it off this morning. So that was so unhelpful. Just, a tip, be careful using your windshield wiper fluid. It might just freeze all over everything. So it was cold. It still is cold as we are heading into this 9 o'clock hour this morning in Portland. Looking ahead, what we're watching and forecasting for is this weekend. There will be a window going into tomorrow morning where we will see a chance for rain snow mix back in Portland. Now, I don't think this will be a very impactful round of winter weather at all, but there could be some neighborhoods, some areas that might see a little bit of snowfall and some light accumulations. Also watching the mountain passes. Those, again, could be a little dicey at times, but some great skiing expected. And we'll then see some colder conditions heading into next week. So let's get into it here. A look on our satellite and radar. There were some flurries early morning, for the early morning hours, I should say, in Clark County. And these showers are still moving through portions of the gorge, mainly on the Washington side before the Dalles. And looking eastward, we're seeing those flurries and some lighter snow showers still continuing to fall out towards the Pendleton area, the northeast corner of the state. So I do want to share a look at I-84 at Pendleton. This is the exit maybe a couple miles before the city itself. And just look at all that snow that is on the roads there. So certainly seeing it coating and compacted down on I-84. If you are heading out eastward through the gorge towards the east sides of the state, be prepared for these winter driving conditions. They are all around I-84 down south through Baker City, and then as you cross over into Idaho. So tough conditions up there, maybe for some cars like sedans. Make sure you have chains as you're heading over some of those passes in that portion of the state. But pretty cold out there, and still seeing that snow sticking to the roadways out towards Pendleton. So today in Portland and for the coastline, we're looking at a very quiet day of weather. It's going to be a nice Friday. We're back in the mid-40s for the coast. We'll get some sunshine out there too, and should be dry until we hit the evening. We'll start to bring in a few showers maybe by the afternoon, but this evening I do see some wet conditions back in the area. Portland, mid-40s today. Again, we'll hover right about there. We hit the mid-40s yesterday in our quiet afternoon, but today we'll see a few more rounds of some sun. Those clouds might break apart as we head into the afternoon today. So partly sunny, maybe mostly cloudy, but patchy clouds at times should give us some very quiet, nice conditions heading into today. So enjoy it. And hey, the Portland Winter Lights Festival kicks off its 10th year, and that sets up tonight. So there are a lot of features, light features around downtown Portland in several areas. And the forecast looks great to get out there and go take a peek at some of those. It's very family friendly too, and just some beautiful light features. There's a big dragon lit up, I think, right at the Salmon Street Springs on Nadeau Parkway. So yeah, you'll get some really cool things to look at in downtown Portland. Christmas, the holiday, it's great to have all these lights. They then go away, so it's nice to bring these back for a little while here. I think the next 2 weekends this light festival will go on in Portland, so we get some lights to enjoy again, and we'll keep it dry and cold heading into tonight. So watching the weather here, the satellite and radar showing this very weak low that is offshore right now. I put a little L there to show the location of that low. There's not much moisture hanging on in that system, but some models were showing about 1/4 of an inch of precipitation coming our way. We are watching some of the foothills, though. Any elevations around 1,000 feet, it's about 1,500 feet, has a chance to get maybe a dusting up to maybe 2 inches of very wet, heavy snowfall. So not expecting major impacts in Portland. Again, you might see a snowflake or two, but likely it's going to be a cold and wet morning out there. And model forecasts are saying about the same thing here, about a half an inch to an inch of snow, which again is going to have a hard time really sticking to anything in Portland, any of our roadways, and it'll melt on contact if it does fall. So not really worried about too much. And we'll watch some of the foothills out in Oregon here, mainly out to Washington and Columbia counties, and then out east to maybe areas of Clackamas County, portions around Sandy out to Estacada. Again, you folks at maybe 1,500 feet could get a light dusting tomorrow, but much of Portland not expecting that. Same for Clark and Cowlitz County in Southwest Washington too. I know those neighborhoods around Hawkinson, up in the foothills, you folks could see just a light dusting, but not expecting much in Portland. So don't expect to see a big snow day or really many impacts. It's going to be a wet and cold morning. So let's time out some of the weather here on our Futurecast. Today, we're mainly dry. We might see a quick stray shower, but I'm expecting most of you will just see a mainly dry afternoon. We get to the evening time, there's that next front. We'll see that pushing across the coast by the evening time. So wet weather for folks along the coastline by tonight, maybe after sunset and maybe around dinner time. We're still dry in Portland, but we get to tomorrow morning and we'll start to see those showers moving in. So it's really around midnight we start to see showers approaching. Look at the temperatures too in Portland. We're going to hover in the mid 30s. It's just way too warm to see snow really sticking and lasting in Portland. This is not going to be a snow event. We got a warm south wind coming up the valley. This is the exact setup that we had on Wednesday here. So you might see few flakes briefly, and you might not because you'll be sleeping. The timing of these showers approaching will be when a lot of us are either coming home late from a very late night out or already in bed and asleep. The showers continue throughout the early morning. They start to taper down by 8, 9 o'clock. We're mainly under rain or mixed showers, nothing sticking in Portland, and it's all rain for us as we hit the afternoon. There could be some heavy downpours on Saturday too, again, right across the I-5 corridor, but we continue to dry Saturday night. And we get to Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, and we're back under dry weather here. So your Super Bowl forecast, the Chiefs versus the Eagles, we'll see the mid-40s still. Same forecast. Pretty nice day to stay inside and watch football. Or again, prep anything for the big game. If you're heading out to maybe friends or families' homes, again, easy day of weather for us on Sunday. So have fun watching that, and it should be an exciting time with two really good teams. So look at rain chances now, the next 9 to 10 days in Portland. We're on a mainly dry pattern here, aside from Saturday, as we look towards the next week here. So Saturday morning, rain and snow mixed showers, that is possible. We then dry out, and we're mainly dry through about Wednesday. It's on Thursday we might start to bring back a chance for some showers with our next weather system. So we'll keep our eyes on late next week. There's a lot that can change in the forecast, so hard to say exactly what could come, but I do think there's a chance for more winter weather as we hit late next week. And that's also the case because our temperature trend really drops going into next week. In general, we've seen a very cold February and January. Average temperatures right now should be in the lower 50s for this point in February for afternoon highs in Portland. But we've been sitting in the 40s, and we dropped to the upper 30s possibly for a few afternoon high temperatures next week. So very cold setup. We have that easterly wind out of the gorge, frigid air setting up and moving into the region. We're under mainly sunshine. So it's that same pattern we kind of had in January with the dry, windy, and cold, sunny weather that just remained for the majority of the month. Quick look up to the mountains. That is your look at Mount Hood at Government Camp. Highway 26 there. Notice there is still compact snow on the roadways. Just a quick look out to the Sunset Summit too. Out westward, Highway 26 did have some issues earlier in the week, but that snow is melting off. Again, it could still refreeze overnight, so watch out for slick spots heading west over the mountains through the Coast Range. But in general, we're watching heavy snow on Mount Hood again coming this weekend. That'll likely pick up, the snow will pick up tonight through Saturday morning. So I know a lot of folks are going to head out there to go skiing. This will be an awesome weekend with all the new snow up there. So have a blast. Expect crowds and a lot of cars on the passes. And with that, the snow is going to fall heavily through the early morning hours. So just be ready with the chains and expect to see a longer commute with so many folks up there. And who knows, there could be one person that is not prepped and causes a delay for everybody else. So heavy snowfall overnight tonight through Saturday morning. Great skiing conditions, but could be a little tough to drive over the passes with those conditions in the forecast. So your 7-day forecast, we do have a KOIN 6 weather alert for Saturday morning. It's mainly for those elevations above 1,000 feet to about 1,500 feet. That's where we could see a little bit of impact, some wet snow and light dustings on the roadways. But in general, the snow is going to melt fast. You might see a few snow flurries in the skies falling in Portland if you're up early enough. Otherwise, we're gonna move back right under rainfall through the afternoon here. Tomorrow is still a cold day. And take a look at next week. Those are the temperatures I'm talking about. Daytime highs maybe in the upper 30s. It's going to be dry and sunny, maybe a little windy too, but frigid. We could see some of the coldest temperatures that Portland has seen all winter long coming next week. Those overnight lows in the low 20s. So, very tough cold weather coming. So enjoy it. Again, have a great weekend. We'll watch tomorrow morning. We'll still keep our eyes on any of those impacts, but not expecting much in Portland. But in general, great drier but cold weather coming as we head into the weekend and beyond. So stay safe out there. Have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning into KOIN 6. You can catch me on the mornings every weekday here in Portland. But yeah, I'll catch you next time. Have a great weekend.